Hey, welcome back to the Legend of Corncast. Minish Cap, a very small game.
So I've heard.
Yeah,
I've heard it's very tiny.
yeah, it's very small. I don't have anything else for it.
Well, what are
I
your
mean,
thoughts?
you can play it on the Game Boy Micro, which is even smaller than the Game Boy. So it just keeps getting smaller.
If you want to play Minish Cap the tiniest way possible, we have something for you.
Do we?
Yeah,
This is the Game Boy Micro.
yeah.
Okay. You know, we talked about Four Swords, and I just want to say Minish Cap seems like somebody played Four Swords and said, "Man, I really love the Nat Cap. What if we made a full game on that?"
Okay.
And then Capcom was like, "You got it, Nat Cap coming up."
I do gotta say though, like, I know Minish Cap gets a lot of hate. Like, there's a lot of things it does incredibly wrong. I will admit, but there's a lot of there's some things it does incredibly right.
Can you name a few? Because I can't remember anything.
It's got decent dungeons.
I only played it the one time, and that was like years ago. And I was like, "This game's all right."
Like the Temple of Droplets is one of my favorite dungeons.
I don't remember that one. I just remember. Oh man.
You get the boss key right at the beginning. And it threw me off because I was just like, okay, like, why am I getting the boss key? This is going to be a short-ass dungeon. And then there's a giant frozen Octorok. As soon as you open the boss key room. And, like, you walk in there, and then, like, the dungeon gets massively big. And, like, your objectives is to go from one side of the boss room to the other, like, around the dungeon, to unthaw him and then fight him.
Yeah, don't you gotta like roll some things so like the hatch in the ceiling opens?
Yeah, and it's also, you get the lantern in that dungeon, so you essentially just have to unthaw everything.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that. I the only dungeon I really remember is the one with the Sky Gorgs.
It's gotta look it up. The name. It's like
I
a.
remember that one vaguely. It's mostly just for the Sky Gorgs because I hated that boss
I'll
fight.
admit that one's better than City in the Sky.
That boss fight sucked. It's like, oh, being a certain pattern on these guys. Whoops.
I had it right in my brain. Palace of Winds.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Body's house.
Yeah.
Except not Body's house, because Body's a Minish.
But yeah, I think it gets dungeons pretty good, except for the first one because you just fight a Choo Choo as a Minish.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I
And
mean,
you got to use that game's Gust Bellows, pretty much, essentially.
well, yeah, isn't it like the Gust jar or whatever?
Yeah, and you just got to pretty much suck it up.
The blow jar.
The blow jar.
Yeah, there we go.
Until it falls over and slash it, and you slash it.
I mean, I kind of like that idea because it's like, oh, well, now you're small, so anything's a boss.
That's the thing I do like, is that I think it does the transformation stage into the Minish really well.
Yeah, until you got to do that in the overworld, and it's just kind of like, ugh, stop it.
Yeah, but then you get the cats and the dogs that slash at you. I thought that was funnier than shit. And then you drown in a tiny ass puddle until you get the flippers or whatever they're called in that game.
I mean, I'm sure they're flippers.
Yeah, they're probably just called flippers. That's what they were called in Link to the Past.
Yo, why is this boss named the Matterpillar?
Matterpillar? Is that the first dungeon's boss?
It's a mini boss. It's just a caterpillar that's mad.
Oh yeah. Another thing I think this this game gets really right is the music.
I don't remember the music at all.
The Minish Woods has pretty good music. I think it's called Dark Hyrule Castle is the final dungeon, where you fight Batty.
Probably. It's probably that.
You're just like, anything you say is probably right.
I mean, it's kind of hard for me to disagree because, man, I don't know. I've played this game once. I tried to pick it up again.
Yeah,
and
about the same for me.
And, like, I got to the part where the smith wakes you up, and I'm like, well, I'm done.
This game has a unique Choo Choo. Has a Choo Choo that literally turns into spikes when you try to go near it.
The spiny Choo Choos. I'm looking at that right now.
Yep.
That looks like an enemy from Ocarina of Time. A better game.
I'll admit Ocarina of Time is better than this, but I think this is. I wouldn't say this is the best 2D Zelda, but I think it's all right.
It's probably the second best on the Game Boy Advance.
On the Game Boy Advance, I would say it's actually probably the best.
Nah, second best. Four Swords is way better. we talked about this.
No.
Anyway, let's talk about some of the things this game does horribly, horribly wrong.
Okay.
The Kinstones.
Yes. Okay.
The Kinstones are horrible.
I think the Kinstones on paper was a good idea. The thing the Kinstones does wrong is the grinding aspect and the fact that when you need a certain piece to fuse with somebody, you 9 times out of 10 don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and this is the 3 levels of what Kinstones are. Greens gets you basic. You find them everywhere. They pretty much will lead you to either rupees or like probably just rupees, or like basic overworld items. Blues are usually like quest progression things. I'm pretty sure.
I thought that was golds, but I don't fucking know.
No, it's green, blue, and red.
Is there not golds? I could have swore there were golds.
I don't think so. You might have to look that up.
I'm gonna look that up real quick.
Blue, because the blue ones were. Remember that Goron? The Gorons that were punching the wall?
Yeah, I totally remember that.
And you have to...
Yeah, I'm serious, I remember that. They were punching the wall and everything.
Yeah, and you had to fuse them with people, and then they would... Every time you did it, a Goron would show up, and I'm pretty sure that's how you get an empty bottle.
Yeah, that's real good. That's a real good way to get an empty bottle.
It's pretty bad, actually. But,
Okay, so there's blue Kinstone. Gold Kinstone.
There is a gold Kinstone?
Yeah, I think it's a specific like quest item.
I don't remember the gold one
because it's got a face on it. It's got that kind of.
Oh. But I remember red Kinstones being like for like pieces of heart and like actual progression.
There's 9 possible gold Kinstone fusions. What? Okay, yeah, these are the ones that are like plot progression, because they'll take you to the home of the Wind Tribe.
Oh
That
yeah,
seems to be all of them.
I'm surprised you remembered those ones.
What, the gold ones?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, but you didn't remember like partially what I was talking about.
Like I remember the green ones and I remember the blue ones, and I thought there were just gold ones after that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was aware that the gold ones were the plot relevant one.
Right.
Anyway, Kinstones suck, all varieties of them.
Yeah, and again, the worst part is when you need like a certain one and you don't have it, and that forces you to grind. There's also a mini game to grind for more Kinstones.
Ew.
You don't remember that?
I feel like I do, but like, man, I blocked a lot of this stuff out of my mind.
Yeah. Again,
I remember the gacha game in there.
Which one is that?
The one where it's the figure dispensing thing.
Yeah,
and you just gotta keep putting money in there if you want to get all the figures.
It's not money; it's shells.
Oh, you only gotta put something in there.
Yeah, and you have to get all. There's like 100. I think there's like around 100 or something.
There's a lot of figures.
And guess what? You have to get all of them if you want 100% the game.
Yeah.
Because guess what's locked behind it?
Is it a heart piece?
Yes, a fucking heart piece. Just a heart piece.
Ah, good job. You got all the figures of Adi.
And there's like, I think every time you get one, the percentage you'll get a new one slightly goes down.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a horrible heart piece. I think it's, I don't want to say it's worse than the thing in Wind Waker. Where you had to, well no, because that's optional. You don't get anything for doing that. For taking a picture of everything.
Oh yeah, no, that one was completely free. That one just, hey, you took a picture of a thing. Cool, good job. Now you can see it whenever you want. Also, it's got a name and a little description. Yeah. This one is just, oh, you want to get all the figures? You want to just keep putting shells in? Test your luck.
Or at least with the gold skull shell as an upgrade of time, you only have to get half of them to get the actual like all the rewards.
Yeah, and there's no RNG. They're always in the same spot.
Yes.
With this one, it's just like, oh, did you spend all your shells?
Too bad. You gotta go grind more.
Some more. Oh, did you not get all the figures you want? Well, go get some more shells. Go do this again.
Yeah, it's awful. I'll admit that.
You know what's neat though?
What's that?
So is that the oracles show up in the game, and you can tell one of them, hey, you just sleep on the streets now.
Oh yeah, because there's
2 houses you can give out,
and there's 3 oracles.
Mm-hmm. So one of them just sleeps on the streets.
I forgot about that.
It's pretty messed up, I know, but you know, what can you do? They had it coming. They should have like pre-ordered a house or something. I suppose one of the cool things about this game is it shows how the 4 sword became a sword.
Yeah.
Like it starts off as your vanilla sword,
I think it's like a
and then
practice sword.
I don't know, probably.
Oh.
And then it becomes the next up sword, where you can summon a red version of yourself, and then a blue version. Yeah, it's.
We haven't even
Smith's
talked
sword.
about like what another thing you can do in this game.
What's that?
You make clones of yourself.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Oh.
Yeah, I just said you get the powered up sword, and you can summon a red version of yourself, and then a blue version, and then a purple version.
It's pretty much a single player, more story driven version of the Four Swords games.
Yeah.
It's the origin based version of those games.
Yeah.
One thing I will also say is that with the bosses in this game, I think we've already touched on this, but like especially his name's Mazal. He's kind of like a reskinned version of what's his name from Temple of the Gods. From Wind Waker.
Oh, you mean Bongo Bongo the third?
Yes. They take the Minish fights. Well, they use your Minish form really well in boss fights. So like I'm pretty sure when you fight this guy, like when you knock him out, you go up inside him and you have to like literally like attack him.
Oh
Minish
yeah,
form.
that's right. You climb inside of him like a weird little bug thing. It's
Yeah.
creepy. It's creepy and gross and nasty.
You also have to activate Armo statues. Remember that?
No.
Yeah, there'll be Armo statues that are turned off. And you have to go into a Minish form and climb up in them and turn them on.
Hit the power button. Thanks. So, this game also brings back Gleeok in some variety.
It also brings back Georg.
With Gleerock.
Brings back my boy George.
Yeah, but like George hadn't been gone for that long. George was in like all the games. Like he's in Wind Waker.
And this time he's a manta ray.
Yeah, somehow sharks and manta rays are the same thing. Weird, I know. But yeah, but no, Gleeok had been missing for what? Like, since the original game?
He looks so derpy in this game.
Well, this is Gleerock.
Okay, that's funny.
Because, you know, he's got a rock on his... I don't know, he's part rock monster now, I guess.
That's kind of funny.
But yeah, no, so they brought Gleeok back. That was cool.
I really like the enemies that aren't just big versions of themselves for bosses.
Yeah. I need to look at some of the enemies.
Just big green choo-choos and then a big Octorok.
Yo, what's up with the Acro Bandits?
And then you just fight a big blue choo-choo with electricity as a mini boss.
So we are not going to ignore the Acro Bandits.
What's the Acro Bandits?
They're in enemies.
No.
They are... They're dudes stacked up on top of each other. They're great.
Oh, I remember those. I'm not even looking at the page either.
These things are the best. Why are they only in the Minish Cap? Why did the Minish Cap get these exclusive enemies?
I forgot about those things. Oh yeah, I forgot the blue rupee likes.
Yes. Piranhas in the sky. Cloud piranhas.
Yeah, they brought back business scrubs in this game.
Neat. So, man. Now we're just looking at enemies, huh?
Pretty much.
Oh, so this is another appearance of Tingle. Tingle gets to appear in this game again.
Oh yeah, there's a side quest connected to him where you have to get the magic boomerang.
Yeah.
But it's all of his brothers, David Jr.
David Jr.'s not his brother.
He's a slave, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just some dude who washed up on shore.
Knuckles in the game.
Knuckle and Ankle, yeah.
Knuckle, Ankle. I don't remember all of them. Knuckle, Ankle.
How could you not remember the illustrious Tingle brothers?
Because they're not in every game.
Yeah, but there's like 4 of them. They're great. All of them. They're always great.
I don't know. I can remember David Jr. the most because it stands out.
Yeah, because he's not a Tingle.
He's a slave.
It's pretty messed up, I know. This game also has, like, move tutors. You can learn moves. I think all of them are bad.
I don't think any of them help that much.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they do. Wow, that ghost looks ridiculous.
Which one?
Spectre.
Let me see.
Wearing a beanie.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you fuse kinstones with them.
Why are they wearing a beanie? Also, this Biggoron just looks way wrong. That big rod looks wrong. If you give me your shield, I'll nibble on it a little bit and boom, mirror shield.
I'm pretty sure there's a glitch in one of the Castletown houses with your tunic like changes colors. Cause isn't there like a magic armor in this game?
Maybe.
There's like a type of magic armor, and if you use it in like a certain house, it turns the wrong color.
Man, you act like I played this game a lot.
I don't know. I remember like there being like some certain glitch in there.
I'm sure you played this game more than I did, so...
I played it once.
Okay, I also played it once. This was a game I was very frustrated with all the way through. I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, I was frustrated with it too at some points.
It's just like, ugh, why game? Why you gotta do this? Why you gotta be like this game?
Yeah, I don't like it that much, but like I'll admit the Kinstones is pretty bad.
Now, did this game also do the you could only have 2 weapons equipped, and if one of them was your sword, you could unequip your sword?
I don't think your sword was an equipable item in this game.
Okay, so it was just
I think
it
your
was always
item,
on.
Yeah, I may be wrong on that, but I don't remember.
Because I don't remember a whole lot of this.
I think your shield was an equipable item.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm wrong. Your shield is an equipable, or your sword is an equipable item.
It is or it isn't?
It is.
Okay. So you can walk around with a sword for reasons.
Yep, your sword and shield are both equipable items.
Okay, yeah, because it's doing the whole Game Boy thing where it's like, oh, well, you can only have one or the other. You don't have to have them.
We don't have very many buttons.
We only got, like, the 7. Yeah, so... Fadi got his own origin game. And
I never really thought Vadi was that good of a villain.
I like Vadi.
Why?
I like him because he's different. He's not directly controlled by Ganon. He's not just like, oh, I'm helping out my bro Ganon over there. He gave
his own standalone.
He gave me some. Yeah, Vadi's his own guy, except for the time he gets used by Ganon. But that was because Vadi had lost his mind and he had no idea what the hell he was doing.
Whenever a villain doesn't know what they're doing in Zelda, Ganon steps in.
Yeah, that sounds about right, actually.
It's like, hey, you're doing it wrong.
Does that mean Bellum knew what he was doing? I don't want to think about Bellum. We don't talk about Bellum.
Yeah, but he still lost.
He did lose, but that's kind of the way it goes.
When nothing is under control and they're winning, Ganon has to step in and win. Yeah, even though he doesn't always win.
He won one time in a non-canonical route.
He only won one time in one timeline.
But you know what? One is better than none.
That's true.
So he's got that going for him.
Best 1 out of 3. Sure.
I mean, Vadi at least won the sword contest, so he's got that going. You remember the sword contest?
I don't.
It was the thing that kicks off the whole thing where, like, oh, you punch a whole bunch of people in the face with a sword, and then, like, the winner gets to touch the magic sword.
Is this from Minish Cap?
Yeah, this is how Minish Cap opens. There's a sword festival.
I don't remember this.
And Vadi wins, so he gets to touch...
Oh, yeah, this is when he was undercover.
Yeah, he touches the special sword, and he breaks it, because, he's Vadi.
This is before the villain reveals himself.
And then he's like, haha, I was actually the bad guy the whole time. Goodbye. This is my castle now. And then Link's just like, no, that ain't fair. You can't do that. Man can't just win a tournament. And so Link is over there like, this is a false election. This was rigged. Yeah. You want to throw a number at this? I don't know if you got much more to say.
I don't.
I'm running out of things to say.
Yeah, I usually do. Well,
I'd give it a 6. There are other Zelda games I'd rather play. This
honestly, I'd agree.
But like,
it's not horrible. Like, again, there's other like 2D Zelda games I'd rather play. Like one in particular, we'll get to soon. Trust me.
Phantom Hourglass.
Yes, definitely.
So you're also giving it a 12.
Nope, give me a 7.
Oh, cool. Tied with the 4 swords.
But again, the thing I think it gets right is dungeons, bosses, kind of bosses. I think the way it throws the Minish and, like, you know, adding the other forms, like, you know, what's that thing? The red, the green, the blue.
Kinstones?
No, the fucking when you use the 4 sword.
Oh, the elements?
Yes.
Yeah, you know, the Kinstones.
To add clones.
Oh, before we sign off on this one, I do like how this one also gives the lore of just, why is there things in the grass? The Picori put it there. Why is there a thing in a pot? Picori. Well, why? Picori.
The Picori are awesome. I do gotta admit that.
Yeah, they're just like, whatever, man. We just hide money wherever.
They were supposed to be in Breath of the Wild. Apparently.
Yeah, I'm fine with them not being.
I think they deserve to be their own race of people.
They are. They're just very tiny and very overlooked.
Unfortunately. We'll never know.
I mean, they're better than some of the races.
Gotta wait for Minish Cap 2.
Yeah, we don't talk about Minish Cap 2.
Where it's just literally a kinstone fusing simulator. That's it. You don't get to do anything else. There's no villain. The villain is the kinstones.
You gotta continually fuse me to make me bigger and stronger, and then you beat me with a sword.
Alright. That's about it, I guess.
Yeah, that's good. 20 minutes of talking about this game that we didn't really have much to say about. So.
That's Minish Cap. Until next time.
See you guys later.
See ya.